5, 4.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
How are you?
I'm doing well. It's another episode of the Morning Laugh.
It is. I have to tell you, I love that
Laugh
shirt.
2.0. I don't know what's going on.
I love that shirt you have.
I know you're a little loud, Mike.
Am I?
No, the
Oh,
view
I
meter's telling you
see.
so.
Sorry.
You got caught in your own comment.
How's your week going, Brian?
So far, so good. Today is Thursday, August 8th, as everyone knows that's out there. Yeah, my week's fine. So far, so good. Been a very busy week. I have my final improv class, my final stand-up class. The big showcase is coming up this weekend. Very excited for that. And which means next week, next week is for me, Mike.
What?
I'm going on a cruise.
Oh, that's right. You are. Are you excited about it?
I'm going to Ensenada and I'm going to Catalina. And am I excited? I'm going with my in-laws and my family.
Yeah, then.
So it'll be interesting. I'll have new material when I come back, is what I'm saying. No, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So it should be a good time.
Good. That'll be fun.
I've overworked myself this year, Mike. So this is the big payoff. So how about you, Mike?
Do you have any sea days, or is it all import everywhere?
There are, I think, 1 to 2 sea days. 1 sea day.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 sea days, I believe. I don't know. I wasn't in the Navy like you, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. As I got to learn front boat, back boat, port, port aft. I don't know what it's called. Lift, drag. But I don't know what it is.
All right. Well, that'll be fun for you.
It should be a fun time.
In the meantime, I'm doing nothing like that.
No.
I'll be here. So that's the future. But what'd you do this week?
Other than my classes?
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing exciting. Nothing at all.
No. I came into one of your classes this week, stand-up class.
True. That's right.
You have an eclectic gathering of students this time.
I do. It should be an interesting showcase, to say the least.
It will be fun. How can people go to that showcase?
They can go to, well, if you're in Arizona and you happen to be here on Sunday, you can go to stircrazycomedyclub.com, and then you'll see the show should be right there. I have 2 student showcases, the improv and the stand-up. So the stand-up is what we're talking about at the moment. Click on there, and it'll be a good time. It's almost full, though. That show's almost sold out.
Really?
Yeah. So.
I apologize for being distracted here. I was trying to upload something, but so those shows almost always saw it. It surprises me because it's just students, and most of them normally with those students, and I think with this time too, a lot of them are a little nervous and but they're performing in front of their friends and stuff. I know when you and I first started, we had all our friends and family come out.
Yeah.
But it seems like with most people, they're very hesitant to invite people they know to come out to that the first time.
It's funny, the improv class people get more like scared about for some reason.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I don't know why, less people trying to tell their friends to come for that. So I don't know. It's just the nature of the beast, which is funny too, because improv, you're on stage the whole time for the most part, versus stand up where you get your 5 to 10 minutes and then that's it,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so I was watching the news. It's interesting. Before these shows, I usually go online and see if I can find any interesting stories or anything.
Yeah.
I was telling you this before we went live here, but there are so many stories that are just...
Hold that thought for a minute, Mike, because I actually have a guest for you.
You do?
I do. Now, hopefully you're not seeing who it is, but...
I don't see who it is.
Okay, good. So, Mike, the special guest, you surprised me last week with Rick Roberts, so I'm surprising you this week with a guest.
Great.
This guest really needs no introduction, but for those of you from the CCA, for those of you in the Arizona comedy scene, you know him well, you love him, and you miss him because
Wait,
you
let me guess.
constantly ask these
I need to guess. Give me
You
another
want to
hint.
guess? Okay. Give you a hint.
CCA, Arizona. Well, that's only you and I.
CCA, Arizona scene. Everybody misses and loves him, and I get constantly asked how he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dawson.
Dawson. Hey, man.
Hey,
Do you speak English still?
Mita Mine.
Hey.
Hey.
So for
What's
those of you
up?
watching and not familiar with Dawson was living in Arizona for a while, and then at one point actually lived in Arizona with me in my own home, and then he went to Finland and he got married, and now he lives in Finland. So he is in live. This is like their first international show, Mike.
That's true. Yeah, for guests. Yeah, you're right.
So
It sounds
Dawson,
like I'm
it
on the
is
road.
right here for context. It is 9:09 here in Arizona, and what time is it there in Finland?
It is 7:09
7:09. So
p.m.
the next day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Technically,
Or it's the same
So-
day.
the
What
same
happens?
day. just
What
later.
happens tomorrow? Just out
Is
of
it-
curiosity, what are the lottery tickets? Anything?
I don't know anything about the states in particular, but actually, it should be sunny for you tomorrow, from what I know of. So
Okay.
the weather should be nice.
Perfect.
It's probably right about that. So the reason, so Mike, I don't know if you saw it, but Dawson actually did his first comedy set in Finland.
Was that just a few days ago? Because I did see something posted that.
Yes.
Okay. So
So
how'd
how
that
did it
go?
go? Give us details. We want to know. America
Indeed.
wants to know.
America wants to know. It is very interesting. It actually took me a while to find an open mic in Finland, in Helsinki, because I guess comedy is just starting to become more of a thing here. So there's only 3 real open mics here in Finland, and so they're very hard to get into because I mean, I don't know. I didn't know anything about Finland coming out here. You probably don't know much about Finland either. So
No.
for me, it was like, okay, well, I'm just going to start trying to sign up for an open mic and see what happens. But Finnish people are very reserved and they don't like contact a lot. So they'll book out these open mics a whole 6 months in advance, some of them. And yes, and then some of them are just a month by month basis. But you have to know these little Facebook groups and it's all not in English. And yeah, she
I don't
actually
know
does one of the open mics.
That is-
She hosted, I think. Whoever
For the
this
record,
is.
that's not me.
Is
Oops,
this,
sorry.
is this,
I don't know how that would happen.
but
Mike's in control, so I don't know what's happening. I apologize, Dawson.
are you just scrolling through Google Images? It's just sort of
No, I accidentally.
I think what
clicked
he's
something
saying,
else.
Dawson, is make your story more interesting.
All right, my bad.
So-
that's what I gathered. I was like,
So
hey,
when
well,
did
this
you
is-
when did you sign up for the open mic then?
Well, I found an open mic, went to it, and I just asked in person, hey, when's your next available slot? And they're like, well, since you're new, we can put you on next week's. And I was like, oh, cool. So I just showed up to one and they just put me on for the next Monday. And it was very interesting. I was the only English comic that I know of because I don't know, I think they had 15 comics. I stayed around for 10 of them, but I was the only one that spoke English at all. And so it was very different because I did not know. Yeah.
So the best way to learn a new language is immersion. So being there and all that. Unless you're in America for some reason, nobody learns English. But so are you becoming more fluent in Finnish?
It's hard. I've only been really trying to learn it for the past 4 months. And so it's becoming where I can say minor sentences and stuff like that, but I'm not really grasping it just yet. I'm actually about to start going to school. I applied to go and study the language so I can understand how to put the what it all comes from and stuff. But
He's going to
I find
Finnish
with a
University.
foreign language, learning to speak it is difficult, but you can kind of get there. Hearing it and listening to it is way more difficult.
It really is, but with Rose's family, well, my wife, by the way, she
Congratulations.
oh, thank you. Look at this thing. It's still
Oh man.
unbelievable. It's still unbelievable. I never thought it would happen.
Did you get married just to hide your tattoo?
No, yeah, exactly. No, I got her initials actually. She wrote this, and so whenever I have the ring off, it's always there.
Yep, you are branded,
Those-
my friend.
I'm branded.
Brian, how often do you take your wedding ring off?
Never.
Me neither. I never,
We
ever,
never.
ever. I mean, there's been a handful of times when I was in the service, I had to, if I was working on electronics, and if there was an inspector there, you weren't supposed to have jewelry on.
Yeah.
But other than that, I never ever take it
If
off.
I take it off for 2 seconds to like just scratch or something, I get a look.
you get a phone call. There's
Right.
an alert that goes
Like your
off.
spider sense tingles. Yeah.
Uh,
So you said there's 3 places. There's the Finnish spot. There's Stir Crazy Finland, and there's Finland Live. Right? Those are the 3.
Exactly.
Are they
And then
pubs,
just for that,
bars?
no
What's the slang over there? What are the kids saying?
It's all bars. Yeah, they're bars. But I actually, through that, I realized that there's a need for more open mics because there's a lot of comics. There's a lot of people who want stage time. But
Hmm.
I don't know. It was very interesting to me about how many people haven't just like stepped up and like made an open mic yet.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking into like some different bars or coffee shops or stuff like that that would maybe want to host an open mic and see if I can
So-
start one.
Question: Are you, because here, you started off Dawson Eigelhart, and then you went to Dawson Thomas, and I noticed you got Eigelhart back up. Does Eigelhart work better for you being in Europe?
No, I still get people asking me how to say my last name.
Really?
Yeah.
I noticed the other day Dawson, one of your personas liked another persona's Facebook post. I can't remember which way it went. Thomas
What
liked
happened?
Eagle Heart.
That's how you
Eigelhart.
get the likes, Mike.
Yeah, so
Okay, so actually, I got to talk to Mike about that one because I saw your comment and
I took a
put my-
screenshot of it and I said, pick a lane.
yes, and I'd let
Yeah.
my mom take it away because you know how she is. No, I do that for people like her that choose not to go and see my other posts, and because she'll always ask me all the time, like, "Oh, you post stuff, I never see it," and then my grandmother says the same thing, and I'm like, "Well, you could just there's another one," and they just don't get the concept. So sometimes I just repost it
Right.
on the main one, so then they're like, "Oh, okay, now I see it." So I'm just trying to stay in that number one grandson slot and that
Yeah.
number one son. But then again, I'm irritating people like Mike, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, come on, Dawson. You know Mike. It doesn't take much to get him riled.
Right, dude. I like the fact that probably just ruined his day whenever he saw that. He saw me repost that, and he was just like, "Oh," like eating his sandwich, and he was just.
I love that.
So I'm gonna keep reposting them just for that.
Just posted just like that.
Yes, I will
So-
never pick a lane.
So the majority of comedians there, were they speaking Finnish for their
Yes.
set? And so were people laughing? Were they having a good time? Or were you like, huh?
Well, it's very interesting whenever you're listening to comedy in a different language because it's still set up punchline. And
Yeah.
so you're like, "Oh, okay, he's setting it up." And then whenever he does the punch, you're like, "Oh, okay, that's the joke. All right, cool. I got the concept of what he did, but I don't know what he said." And
Nice.
so the audience was great. Since there's so few open mics, they actually get a good crowd in those bars.
Oh, nice.
It's not just like where you have so many open mics and then a bunch of them are comics only. It's actually
Well, it's
people are
different
like,
completely. I mean, if they don't have clubs and anything else, it's finally like it's something different, other than like just music venue or something,
yeah, exactly. I get.
How long
don't
was
know.
the show, by the way?
It was like an hour and a half.
Okay, so
It
things are
wasn't
still
as-
standard. 90-minute show,
It was. Well, actually, it was an
hacky
hour and a half
comics.
with.
Were they doing regular stand up, or were there like prop acts or guitar acts, or or lutes. I don't know what they play. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Well, it's actually kind of funny because I didn't know what this one lady was doing, and all of a sudden it looked like she was just gonna just do her normal stand up, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere she pulls out her phone, starts playing an instrumental, and starts dancing to it, and I'm like,
Nice.
oh, okay. I didn't know what was going on, so but everybody else was clapping, so I was like, all right, I'll be supportive, like.
You're like, I'm not at a comedy open mic. I'm at a music open mic. What happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Slam poetry, whatever. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's got to be a great. I mean, I'm sure that was a goal for you to start getting back out there. So it was nice to see you. So I was excited when I saw the clip. That's why I immediately saw the clip, and then what did I do? I called you. So, and then you didn't answer, but whatever.
I saw that you tried. So.
Yeah, I made the effort. I did leave you. I left you a voice message, so that's all it meant.
Exactly. Hey, I'll post screenshots later so everybody else knows that you were the first one to.
Okay, please,
call.
please. And then if you and your alter ego could tag that, and then like it, that would be great.
Exactly.
Because I need the likes. Catch us up with your personal life. We know that you did go to Finland in February, and then you got married in late April, early May.
Yes, late April is when we got married, like at what you would call like a courthouse. They call it something else different here, but we got this certificate
It's
and stuff.
courthouse. Am
Yeah, exactly.
I saying that correctly?
Now. Yeah, it sounds familiar now. But we got married April 28th legally, and then did the ceremony on May 1st.
Okay.
It was a little wedding. Had some family friends come out. It was nice.
You did stream the wedding or just the reception?
I did a little bit of I think it was just I did a little bit of the wedding part where then like as soon as we were, said our vows and stuff like that, we ended the stream because then it went into where people were just talking and they gave speeches and stuff.
Because I know you'd posted that you were going to stream it, and then, Arizona doesn't do the daylight savings. I got screwed up on the time, so I only caught the end of the reception. So,
yes,
but it was good to at least see you guys. So that was nice. So
you just caught it where the camera was on the floor. You just see people
I got this part.
Feet shuffling around.
Yeah. So, I got Dawson's feet talking to somebody who spoke broken English.
Yeah,
so Dawson, we normally on this show, if you're a longtime viewer, you know this. We try to do something, a bit of a game or something like reverse trivia or something like that. But I found there are a lot of stupid museums. Last week we talked about the Pooseum in Arizona here. It's a museum of poop. But I found a museum of bad art. This is the Museum of Bad Art. It's in Boston. So I'm going to show you pictures that are displayed, artwork, and you guys have to tell me what you think the name of this picture is, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Here's the first one.
Let me see.
Guesses?
Is there a way to do this? There is not a way to do that.
No, not easily.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll just cover.
Any guesses on this one, guys?
I call this Old Lady in Blue.
That's close, maybe. I don't
know. Let's go with Love at First Sight.
It is Lucy in the Field with Flowers, obviously.
Oh, it's Lucy. I didn't recognize her.
Oh.
I thought my other title was Tulips Up the Skirt.
How about this one? You saw this earlier.
Guilty.
I like that.
Guilty? Huh. I was going to say Michael Jackson's Dream Appearance.
It is called Raven-Haired Beauty with White Flower. You guys you need to be more descriptive, I think.
Okay, well, before you go to the next one, art sometimes has the names that are completely opposite, or I feel that are completely opposite of what it looks like. So the first two that you picked, actually, the descriptions were spot on. So
okay,
I might have to do that with the next one. Because I was trying to go way out.
The Guilty was a good one, I thought.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second.
I'm gonna go descriptive with this one.
How can we do this, Brian? Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. You guys ready for the next one?
Ready.
Here it is. What do you think that is?
Hold on. She's an open micer. What's her name? Sarah Boyles. That's what it is.
Dawson, any guesses?
Lady with brown hair stares off into the distance.
Oh, you know what it is? She's in a movie theater and somebody's talking behind her.
Heather, come hither.
These
That's a good one.
names. These names are great.
We should have known that was Heather, guys.
All right, this is the last one. I want you guys to be creative and think deeply. Could this one possibly be called?
Dorm Room Delight.
Dorm Room Delight. That's good.
Dorm Room Delight.
I'm gonna go with Beach Fun.
Flop hockey puck tennis ball person necklace. And if you notice, it's all on a piece of film. It appears.
On White Flower is what it should have been called.
Yeah.
There was flowers in the first two. We lost the theme.
The names are better than the art.
Yeah, I think so.
Matt Santos almost had it. Flip flops
Oh,
and tennis.
Oh,
He
that was
did.
close.
Uh-huh.
That was really close.
Matt Santos, thank you for playing, and you will receive the home game of the morning laugh. By the
Let's
way,
see what else.
I'll be
you know
with
what else
Matt
I saw?
Santos tomorrow night, by the way, in Sedona, performing.
We like to do a little thing we call what you're watching.
Okay.
So what are you watching? What's your latest thing you're streaming or binge watching or anything like that on television?
So can it be a recent movie?
Are you
Whatever.
watching CSI Finland or not? Is that not on anymore?
Real Housewives of Finland?
TV's not allowed here. All right. Nah. The last movie Rose and I watched was Shrek. That was the last movie we watched.
So there's no new media or TV or movies or anything that you thought, oh, this was
If I
great.
recall, Shrek just came out in theaters there, right?
Well, we watched it. Okay, so we were trying to get the thing going before we watched the first one all the way until the new one. That's what we were trying to do. But
Wait, the new one? There's a new one?
it's Shrek 5 apparently. But
Huh.
I didn't know that there was that many. But
I didn't either.
I don't know if it's coming out this year. It's probably coming out next year, but she's never watched it. And I was like, okay, I have to show her what this movie is. It's great. So
Shrek's from Europe, though. You would think that
Yes.
would be like there would be like the movies everyone watches there would be Sound of Music, Shrek, and Shrek 2. I think those would be the big three.
okay, well, here's the thing. I wish it was like that, but I have to do everything through a VPN because there's certain movies not like streamed here. I don't know how it works. Or
Yeah, they're regional. You can't watch them from certain regions because they're not licensed.
exactly. So anyways, for my next sponsor, ExpressVPN, please. I'm kidding. But no, I use that because there's no interesting movies that you could watch that are just Finland.
You know what though? From what I remember about you, Dawson, and it's been a while now. But you didn't watch much TV anyway.
I really don't. We don't watch. I mean, no.
And I know
I
you
don't.
like V for Vendetta, and that's pretty much where it ends at that point. That's your go-to.
And Tombstone.
And Tombstone, right? And then whatever movie I subjected you to at the moment.
Well, I mostly watched those movies because I loved in detail of where you would just pause it and then go into like a 20-minute dialogue of where the movie was made,
Okay,
who was in it. And
okay, settle down a second. It wasn't 20 minutes, even though it felt like 20 minutes.
No,
I know stupid stuff. Okay, I'm guilty.
But here's the thing though. I told Rosa I want to watch some of these movies that we watched together just so I can like pause them and just for the memory of us together.
I'll tell
I
her
can be like,
and
look,
let her.
this is what Brian taught me about
Mhm.
this movie. You see that little guy back there?
You have to make her watch Monty Python's Holy Grail.
Yeah.
What else did we make him watch?
Smoking the Bandit.
Smoking the Bandit, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, what are you watching?
What am I watching? The Olympics. Actually,
I haven't watched any of the Olympics.
I have been watching the Olympics. It's funny. There's one thing that's on this house all the time is Friends. Between my wife and my daughter, upstairs, downstairs, it's on, and it's not even. They're not even watching the same thing. My daughter's watching it on the HBO app, and then my wife is watching it on Nickelodeon or wherever. So it's not even the same. Whatever. I'm like, are Ross and Rachel together? I don't know. Then now it's the Olympics and Friends. So it just depends on what's happening. So,
All
yeah.
right.
But we're, I don't know. I'm enjoying the Olympics for the most part. The good parts, not the bad parts. We won't.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of them this year. But I don't know. I thought, oh, that'd be fun. We could sit and watch that, but it doesn't sound fun for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, not all the events are great. That steeple
Normal,
run
yeah.
thing is the weirdest thing I've seen in a while.
I think also I feel like they kind of like diluted it with there's so much politics and stuff around it, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like a sigh thinking about it. Just saying,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, and like I don't know, the majestic nature of the Olympics is gone. I think
Yeah, I think you're right.
it's like but I will say I don't know. Some of the events are very exciting to watch, but some of them where you can't like enhance so much. Like volleyball's just kind of one of those things. You just got to play where it goes. So that's kind of fun to watch.
Did you see the Swedish guy who broke the pole vaulting record?
I did.
That was pretty nuts.
It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Timothy Chalamet will play him in the movie.
Yes.
It's
Like,
funny.
what event was it?
Pole vault.
pole
Oh, yeah.
vault, yeah.
Set
What
a
about
new
the
world-
shooting guy that just has his hand in his pocket?
Oh, the guy just showed up with a hat on. He's like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
Silver.
Was he Turkish?
Yeah.
Yeah, Turkish guy. Yeah.
51 years old. Everyone else has on the goggles with the microscope thing, and they've got all these sights and everything else, and the gear, and then he just shows up with a t-shirt. I don't know if you guys remember the movie Sisu, but I'm pretty sure he's a descendant of Sisu. So
I finally watched Fall Guy because you told me to, Brian.
yeah, everyone
Fall
needs
Guy.
to see it.
It's funny. It's great. I don't know if you would really enjoy it too much unless, like, Dawson, I don't know if you'd have that much fun with it. It's a good movie for sure, but it's really an homage, kind of like, as you said, Brian, a love letter to practical stunts.
Oops, sorry.
And it's just filled with great stunts and all that stuff. But it's but without the nostalgia of how things used to be. Also, there's so much in it that's a throwback to specific stuff in the past. 80s type of entertainment. So I don't know how other people, but I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really great. I also just rewatched, I don't know why, the first Star Wars, not the first episode, but episode 4, I guess, the original Star Wars movie.
Oh, The New Hope.
Yeah, and it really holds up. It's a good movie. I like that movie. By the way, I found this
Did it
online.
give you a New Hope?
What?
Did it give you a New Hope?
It did give me a new hope. This just went on auction, guys.
The mannequin or the outfit?
No, the outfit. Do you recognize it?
Oh yeah, that would
Dawson,
be.
you know what that is?
Is that from H&M?
It's from Star
No.
Wars. It's
Okay.
Princess Leia's slave bikini, I think they call it, or something like that.
Yeah, that would be episode 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
The Return of the Jedi.
No,
a-
yeah.
I'm not a big Star. I mean, I've seen all the Star Wars. I'm a Star Trek guy. I'm not a Star Wars.
But that
guy.
was an iconic thing back in the day because Carrie Fisher was dressed in just that. Which was
Hey, you know
a little
why I like
scandalous.
Star Trek over Star Wars? Star Wars, no Asians.
Huh.
Really?
Think about it.
But
They had one creature from another planet that had slanted eyes, that was supposed to pass. And then in the Phantom Menace, the evil guys were supposed to be Chinese, I believe.
I think
Chinese
it's funny.
aliens.
I saw George Lucas in an interview. Somebody had comment on something to the fact that there wasn't a diversity. And he said, "What are you talking about? We have people from every planet in the universe." I thought, yeah, it's true. Shut up.
Yeah.
I
By
have
the
a
way,
challenge
guess
for
how
you,
much
though.
that dress went for, Brian?
What will a rich nerd pay?
Would this
Uh,
help if I show it to you again?
Yeah, I'm going to be conservative on this. I'm going to say $356,000.
$175.
$175?
$175,000.
Is it not the original?
It is
$175,000. It is the original.
$175,000 for the original. Yeah,
Huh.
Wow.
thought that was interesting.
All right. Well, I don't know the marketing price of.
But you definitely are much more of a Star Trek person than a Star Wars person.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a challenge though for you. You need to watch your favorite movie and finish.
Kirk Enterprise.
Bridge, this is the captain.
Kirk out. Anyways, I'm sorry. I digress.
What did you say, Dawson?
I said you need to watch your favorite movie and finish, or just any different language. It is very interesting
I've done
because
that.
you have what language did you watch?
It's
What
usually in
movie and what
Spanish because
language?
there's a lot of them are dubbed over in Spanish here. But
Yeah, we don't get those Finnish stations to watch them.
yeah, there's not that many Finnish movies here, really, to be honest with you.
I mean, Mike, to be honest, Mike sometimes falls asleep. He doesn't even finish a movie.
I've never finished a Finnish movie. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, by the way, I'm drinking mud coffee
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Dawson.
What is this? Oh, is it the mushroom coffee?
It's the
stuff?
mushroom stuff. Yeah, this is what you're missing. Our coffees in the morning now has become.
I'm drinking whiskey.
Wait, I got coffee right here, guys.
You're
It
having
doesn't
coffee
matter.
in the evening. Look
Well-
at you.
You know, Finland is one of the top consumers of coffee.
Really?
It's one of the what?
I think it's the #1 country that with the most coffee consumption.
Like per capita?
You're telling me Juan Valdez made it all the way to Finland with that donkey?
Apparently.
Huh.
Do they have Starbucks there and stuff like that? Or is it
They have some change, but it's not like the same. Because it is very interesting when you go to a different country and you go to a McDonald's and you're like, that's not a McDonald's.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because the menu is completely different.
yeah. And
So-
the food is actually a lot different too.
It is.
So in terms of the coffee, though, like when you go to a coffee shop there, they don't do like the crazy. They don't do like fraps and stuff, do they? Or do they?
There's some coffee shops that do, but
Okay.
I think it's just more of the cultural thing of having coffee and chocolate. They love
Okay. But is the coffee mainly regular coffee, espressos kind of thing? Like traditional coffee?
Yeah,
with
just like
cream?
regular with they do oat milk.
Oh.
Which is
know.
really
Oh.
unhealthy.
Well, that was weird, Mike. Anyways, so that's
Yeah,
that's
I
our
know.
time with Dawson. Oat milk? No.
No, it was weird because like one time, actually the first time that I met her family, I was offered coffee at 8:00 at night. Like they were like, "Hey, would you like any coffee?" I was like, "Coffee at 8? I mean, I've never been offered that, but
Well,
so
I'll drink coffee in the evenings every once in a while if I'm trying to if I need a jolt of something. Not often. Usually it's at the club when I'm like, been up since 6, 6 p.m.
I've never been a coffee drinker. Jenny, my wife, she drinks coffee every morning for years and years. She's always had a cup, but she recently just stopped drinking coffee because just looking into the issues that caffeine and all that stuff have on you, and so she decided to stop. And I thought, well, this isn't going to be fun, but it didn't bother her at all. She just stopped drinking. She never had a headache, nothing, no withdrawals from it or anything.
Hey, if you're just joining us, it's
she
3
just
guys
drank it.
talking about coffee.
She would just drink 1 cup in the morning, though. What, Brian?
I said, if you're just joining us, it's 3 guys talking about coffee. Now my dog's barking.
I hope my cat. doesn't
Comedians
eat
in
the dog.
chairs talking coffee.
Dawson, I don't know if you remember Cato. He hated you, but anyways, He's barking. He knows I'm talking to you. That's why he's barking.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a dog in our neighborhood that started barking. They must have just moved in recently, but this morning it was early before I got up. All of a sudden, I hear barking outside. It's just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So if that happens again tomorrow, I'm gonna find whose dog that is and let them know you can't do that, because it was early and just outside barking. That's the worst.
That is the worst. Did you make a Facebook post about it?
No,
No, you didn't. Oh man.
no,
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something interesting here about Europe. I saw a cat on a leash for the first time in my life. Dude, dude, it was weird.
I've seen that in Sun City.
Really? You see
Yeah.
people walking their cats?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know what to do when I first saw it. I was like, somebody get help. Like,
Yeah.
this does not seem correct.
Yeah.
But it's a huge thing here.
Kato, come here. Kato, you want to see Dawson?
All right. Well, thank you, Dawson, for joining us. That was great. That was a big
Via
surprise,
satellite.
Brian. Thanks.
Via satellite, Dawson. I go
Oh, no
hard.
problem.
Let us know
It
when
was-
your next gig is. We'll try to make it out.
What's it?
What do you have coming up though, Dawson?
I have nothing. Are you talking about comedy wise?
What anything?
Anything people can follow or see or
Yeah, you're getting active on social media again now that you're settled.
Yes. So if you want to follow my journey of learning Finnish, I'm posting that constantly. Also, yeah, I'm trying to get into making comedy skits and that kind of stuff on social media as well. As for stand up, open mics, I am just trying to find a place to where I can open up an open mic because I think there's a need for it here. I think people will be willing to come out to it. There's just not enough mics and so many comics. And so,
I love the fact too that everybody in Finland at these things look at you and go, huh, "The American." No, they're Finnish. They're nice people. They're like American, and then they hug you for no reason. You're constantly getting hugged. I'm sure.
you, no, not as many hugs as you would think. I wish there was, but
It's coming. Mike, what do you have coming up?
well, this Saturday I'm with you in Pine Top. That will be fun. It's
With Joe
right
Whitey.
around the Country
Joe
Club.
Whitey's joining us.
Who?
Joe Whitey's joining us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun and interesting. And after that, I've got something for Laugh for Hope, and then I'm at Stir Crazy also for a night for a benefit show for an old comedy friend that's gone now, Paul Dietrich.
Right.
Those are the next few things anyway.
Yeah.
How about you, Brian?
I will be at the, I believe it's the Mary Fisher Theater in Sedona, according to Matt Santos. Yes, that is correct. And then I'll be with you, Mike, and then I will be on my cruise, and then I will return from the cruise, and then I got free tickets to go see Mike James at the Laugh for Hope event.
What?
Dennis Regan is hosting. Yes, and then that's right. I did it last year. Dawson came and took some pictures.
Shane Smith and Dennis Regan and me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then I'm on the fundraiser with you, and then 900 classes, improv and stand up start for me in September. So this is the rest. I get some rest before the storm.
So you have a lot of classes coming up?
Yeah, 3. Because I'm a glutton for punishment.
If you're interested in taking a stand-up class or improv, go to stircrazycomedyclub.com.
And if you live in Arizona, come see us.
It's stircrazycomedyclub.com/Brian Kohatsu's comedy and other stuff classes.net HTML/
And when visiting Finland, make sure you stop by and see Dawson. So
yeah, do that.
Dawson, it was good catching up with you. Like I said, a lot of people ask about you constantly, so I'm always answering questions about how you're doing, what you're doing, and all that good stuff. So this was perfect. Now they can all watch this, and then I don't have to talk to anybody.
Yeah, we can just refer them to this.
Yeah,
This is
right.
perfect. No,
Thanks
I appreciate
again, guys, and thanks for everybody for watching. If you are, and we will see you sometime soon. Not sure exactly when.